Welcome back to Cornbread Gaming. Here we're going over the Outer Worlds, part one of the playthrough I'm doing, and I hope y'all enjoy it. I've played this game before on the PS4, loved it there, given it a try on the PC. I see a world of difference as far as graphical goes. You may not be able to see it so much on the video from my recording, but anyway, let's just dive right on into it. I will be quiet during the movie parts of it, just so y'all can get the sense of the story, but this is a pretty awesome game. Here's the intro.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Alright, so this is going to sound probably like a mouse getting stepped on, but I kind of fast forwarded through all this so we didn't have to deal with a huge time of going through the settings. But you know, here we're setting up aptitude, where you can choose like how your players perceive like what type of thing, and then I'm setting up my face, of course, but I tried to make him go ugly, but he actually kind of looks badass by the time it gets done. I make a huge nose, everything on him, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of settings when you start off. Like, this was like 7 minutes or maybe a little bit more before I trimmed it down into this fast forward. But as you can see, as all I'm popping up here, there's a lot of stuff you can do with your character as far as making him how you want it to be, or her, whichever one you want to go. Of course, I went with the name Cornbread. And we'll go ahead and start.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. If drive
Shit.
evaporated.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
What a way to wake up. You have plenty of loading screens in this game, and if you're on PS4 or Xbox, the loading times are absolutely horrible.
Can you hear me?
PC is way better.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
So we've landed on Terra 2.
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
So there's our first kill.
Hawthorne won't
did
mind you taking
accidentally.
his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
So this part just kind of goes over your basic tutorial jump, squat, crouch, all kinds of stuff. See some little sprats running around. But now, if I'm a pretty good fan of Fallout, and what Obsidian's tried doing here, I believe, is just like a Fallout ripoff. But to me, it's a lot better. It's more colorful, and to be honest with you, I think the graphics actually look on par with Fallout, if not a hair better with the color. Rob a dead body. Adreno is what you use in this game to give you health. Yeah. Should be getting into it. Nah, we gotta hide from these people real quick. Well, not people, monsters. That's one thing that I don't think this game kinda got right, was the sneaking. In my first playthrough with the PS4, I never snuck around a whole lot. It doesn't really reward you to do it, so other than this part right here in the beginning, it's not really much use. Oh, I think I'll alert this one here just a second. But yeah, right there. Look, you can see his teeth. Look at him. Rawr. It's definitely a fun game. We'll go ahead and get this out of the way because if you have Microsoft Game Pass, it's on there for PC and Xbox. If you ain't played it, go download it. You won't regret it. And this right here is another.
Now, you've been frozen for a while.
Hold on a second.
Bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Alright, that was another rip-off of Fallout. As you probably already know, they call it tactical time dilation in this game, but you know it as VATS in Fallout. And should be coming up on another guy here. Here we go.
Hey,
This is where we start dialogue off.
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Yeah, I don't patch him up.
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hull-head
And you'll
grounded
figure
their
out what the
spacecraft
marauders
out
are
in the
here in a
open.
little bit.
That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Yep. Give me your gun and I'll get help.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. All
He's just
Spacer's
like,
choice
sure, here
weapons
you
are
go.
now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
And Spacer's choice is
You
crap
hit your
guns
head
in
or
this
something?
game.
You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo.
Well, a lot of
workers.
what he's saying
Company
too,
policy.
you'll find out a lot more as we get into the playthrough if you haven't played it before.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice.
He ain't got nothing else to say. Alright, these right here are the mag picks. If you've never played this game and you start it, you make sure you pick up and buy every mag pick you can find. Because they come in handy a lot. And whenever we get up here to these first people, they're a little shaky at first. Don't click off the video, it gets better. So, but the controls on PC, they seem a little bit, I know I can fix it, but I'd rather just adapt to it than go through all the settings. So it's a little bit more sensitive.
Damage my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Some more sprats. Coming up right here, you'll get more information on the tactical time dilation. Here you go. Pretty much the same thing as the VAT system in Fallout. Might as well just let them come to me, but like I said, these first kills are a little shaky. Miss, hit, miss, hit. And them ones that are carrying melee weapons, man, they will bum rush the heck out of you. Of course, I pick up everything, especially in the beginning of the game. can't use it, at least you can break it down and make different parts. Just go through and find everything you can. This first little area doesn't have a whole lot. Nothing special. There's your mag picks. Like I say, I picked them up. You have to have 5 out of 5 of them. They go quick once you start unlocking stuff, especially later in the game. So. And I usually, unless you're playing on the harder difficulties, the food's really no consequence of either you pick it up or not. I pick it up and sell it. I got a few baddies down here. Oh. See, look, there's this guy coming, trying to bum rush you because he's got a melee. But this game does pretty good as far as getting different types of weapons, and you get science weapons once you get up on into the game. We'll get into those in some other part. This playthrough is going to get us up to the first city, and then we'll quit there. I want to keep these videos around about an hour, somewhere around in there. We're getting ready to come up. There's the ship, the guy that we killed the ship, which has become our ship.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
So I heard you found one too.
Really?
Never tell them about that guy we found. Still kicking.
Of course I am.
Yeah,
I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with a swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of dialogue, especially in this video.
Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
I missed this kill. Thank God she picked it up. But... Alright. Rob these people. And we'll get on the Unreliable. That's the ship's name. You'll meet ADA when we get on there. Now you will see the only problem that I've seen on the PC coming up here in just a second. Let's see here, where is it? It's coming up pretty short. Right, if you see a little bit of flickering in the fog, I mean, sorry.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
You can see it there around the ship, and
this is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
But that's the only problem that I've seen, like
Damn
glitchiness
marauders are out of
from
control.
PS4 to PC. You see it bad right there. Alright, let's go on in this ship.
Please
Take
be
you through a
informed
tour.
that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder,
This is
please be
ADA or
informed
ADA
that
that's
ignoring
talking.
me is dangerous for your health. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move. Hello, please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted
We'll be dealing with her a
solicitors.
lot.
Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
So what are you going to do? Self-destruct? Hey, I don't
I
appreciate
have been
you talk that
programmed
way.
to communicate with diplomacy and tact. Please allow me to demonstrate. Gesture procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nothing's happening.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
This Hawthorne ship.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne goes to me. Yeah, your captain's a red smear under my escape pod.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Mm-mm. Okay, but I'm not Hawthorne. Hawthorne's dead.
I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience.
I don't understand. My name's Cornbread.
I understand. You are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Yeah. Doubt I can find that part just sitting around the garage.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Just captain of the Unreliable. Sounds like my first car. Which was an 88 Ford Taurus, by the way.
It is difficult for me to do so. I am programmed to accept commands from Captain Alex Hawthorne, after all. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Alright, so we've talked to her. This talks about skill improvements, which we'll get ready to go into. Excuse me. Then level up system. Alright. So this is your pause menu, like your inventory, character, journal, map, blah, blah, blah. Here we're using skill points that you'll get once you level up. I'm kind of going a different way than I did the first time. I mainly just went with range guns and I think I did leadership. But this time I'm going kind of tech, dialogue and things that'll help me as far as unlocking stuff, because I had a big problem when I got later in the game the last time. And you had like things you could unlock, you couldn't unlock because I didn't have the tech. So, see, combat dialogue abilities. Yeah. So that was from doing dialogue. And then, let's see, what did we go to next? Weapon management. This kind of took me a little bit different to get used to. Once you get used to tearing things apart and using your different slots for different things. And one thing I didn't like is when I get more weapons, I'll be able to show you, but sometimes it won't let you switch one gun out with another one, and it gets frustrating. But let's see here. The journal, this bothers me, so this is a little bit of a waste of time, but I can't stand the little star asterisk thing being there. It's like a mime thing, so I got to get rid of them. This mainly happens at the first of the game when you start unlocking a lot of what this is about, what that's about. It's a bunch of blah, blah, blah. And perks. These help out a lot. I like to go a lot with health and carrying capacity, more than likely, in the beginnings. The more you can carry, the more you can sell. The more you can sell, the more money you make. And then you can unlock mag locks and stuff like that. Mag picks. So yeah, I went with toughness. And here we go. My little OCD-ness. I gotta get rid of that Codex star. Here we go. And we're back. Let's finish this tour of the ship. We'll go through here, and
if your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Pretty much what you just said. You can go to the workbench and you can break down different components and make different components for your weapons and equipment and stuff, and make them a little stronger and better. Kind of like the workbench in Fallout. Yeah. If you go to the
ship's
left
engines
of it,
cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
there's where the regulator will go once we find it. Yeah, but this right here, actually, I do walk over to it. Okay.
Want to be
If you ever
a
get
brand new
tired of
you?
how you
Try
look,
out our respecification machine.
you
Alex
can
installed it himself right before he
go-
died.
God. Yeah, ADA will talk forever. So, but you can go over there and change your appearance and in that
Due to
little
catastrophic
spot of
power
it.
failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Of course, I take about anything that's not nailed down. And once you get
These surveillance
companions,
devices
they'll
allow me
stay
to
in
monitor you
this area unless you
constantly.
take them out.
Please ignore them. These are the
Oh,
crew's
these are
quarters.
closed right now.
Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
And that's your main headquarters whenever you actually get the power core and can go anywhere. And we'll go out here.
Say, this wouldn't
This
happen to
is
be
fine.
your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay.
I don't have a job. Yeah, you can tackle a lot
I'll
of it.
waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down in Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Yeah, you can attack everybody. It's not usually the best thing to do in like in this game. You can literally kill anybody. But like I said, not the best thing to do because it can kind of screw your story up depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Of course, here's my OCDness with the codex and your map, which we're going to be heading to Edgewater. You can kind of see it over the hills there, poking out. Alright. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, and if you're wondering what the shirt says, it says sarcasm, just one of my many talents. You know me, you know I can be a little bit of an asshole. But this game can literally be as easy as you want it to be or as hard as you want it to be. It really depends on how you take it. I can already tell you from playing this one playthrough that it's been different than my first playthrough. Not in everything, of course, but in some ways, yes. So we killed, those are marauders that we killed. You'll see those just about everywhere we go. That's anywhere to deal with Terra. But the environments in this game, I mean, they're just unreal. When you look out and see the planets and all kinds of stuff. The world maps are a little small, but there's quite a bit of worlds to keep you entertained with. This game's pretty dang awesome. One of my favorites. Not my favorite, but one of them. Sneak up just to shoot this guy. Hey.
Get away!
Yeah. You can tell we're kind of underpowered right now. Pistol whipped him to death. And there I go, robbing everything I can find. These are primals. Thank God we didn't have to fight that right off the get-go, because they can get pretty mean. And there's a lot bigger ones than that one that's dead right there. And we're getting ready to head up into Edgewater. Show you off a little bit of the water effects. The outside of the city. Very colorful game. It's very awesome. Alright, here we're going to go meet the Gravedigger. This is a lot of content. I'm going to be quiet for just a little bit while we go through it.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
You hear clinging, that's my dog.
Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
I think I tell him I'm Cornbread, I'm not sure.
I'm being vigilant.
Nope.
Don't want to get blindsided by some corpse-chewing marauder come stalking out the shadows.
This is where I think I tell him.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
So who do I talk to about a power regulator? While I'm here, this place looks like falling to pieces.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work you offer, John.
Got a
Do what
knack
I
for
want.
being discreet like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our
Yeah, you'll
families
find out
become
how
a mite
screwed
delinquent
up
in
this
paying their
town
dues,
is.
you see.
Should be finding that out in the next episode.
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is he a special
It
case?
just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours.
So if you didn't catch that, I just asked him where
I
to
ain't seen him
find
in a
these
few
people.
days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees. Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Flesh-gnawing, marrow-sipping creatures of pure depravity they are. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna dock my pay. Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble? Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? All right, easy now. No need to get your hackles up. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Boyd don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I. Something I can do for you?
Careful with that thing. If you're a danger to others, I'll put
All right,
you down.
coming up here.
Really
I
go
did
for
not mean to do this. Right up here.
He's working at the cannery.
Whoops. This started a whole can full of worms. It tells you about criminal activity. I did not mean to. I was trying to put away my gun. Now I'm that pistol weapon to guard. Like you can tell, I'm such low level. Them were kind of hard. I even had to put health in. And those are your I think they were the Drinos. I can't remember. Hell, might as well still it. There ain't nobody out there alive to catch me. Yeah, take that. That's what you get for not assuming an accident. That was your weaponry that just come up by the wall. I'm a little hesitant about going into the town after I just killed some people because I didn't know if the guards inside would get there. Close the door. And you'll run across all kinds of stuff that you can read. For the sake of getting through the playthroughs, most of my next ones, I won't really be looking at terminals and stuff like that and reading it too much, but in this first one I leave them up a little bit so you can kind of get the story of the beginning. As far as these spades and shovels, I usually take about one or so because they're heavy. They take quite a bit of your inventory up. And here we go, another Fallout ripoff. If you played Fallout, you know about the computer terminals, and we've got them in this one. Some ways they can be useful, but in a lot of ways they're just a bunch of stuff to tell parts of stories or side stories. And but this was just mainly talking about the situation of the graveyards and stuff like that. I was able to actually hack that. See, this is one reason why I went into the tech and used that. So I wasn't able to even do this on the first playthrough when I played on PS4. So it depends on really how you start off and pick your attributes and stuff in the beginning on what you're actually allowed to do. But we're getting ready to go to the town, check it out, talk to a few people. And that's probably going to be about when we end it. Oh, by the way, if you're liking it this far, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe, ring the bell. Because we're going to have plenty of these coming out. If you like it, you want to see more of it, that's the way to find out as soon as I drop it.
And your rations yet?
We'll talk to a few
Two whole
people.
cans of salt tuna.
Most of your residents don't say a whole lot. They, a couple one-liners, that's about it.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Now we're going to talk to the constable. She'll give
Welcome
us
to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
For hire.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
The amount of just different ways you can take it.
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any
one of the
relevant
most unique
information about
games
this
I've
individual?
ever played. They're talking about Phineas here, the one that sent us down in the drop ship. I don't remember what I tell her here. Never mind. Yeah, that's right. She don't need to know. This has been a long day. I think we need to just lock ourselves in this jail cell and go to sleep for a little bit. Yeah, that one. Got a little toilet if we need it. Get that full 8 hours of sleep. Get the REM cycle. By the way, that's another way if you want to save. Go to bed. If you auto save and check out the other cells real quick. Open the doors. Wish we could free some people. Here's another terminal. This one mainly just describes about the bounties that she just gave us. Goes into talking about each one of them, the ones we got to bring the fingers back to. And a lot of times, if you're in a town, be wary of picking stuff up.
I'm feeling pretty low these days.
They'll come after you for stealing. And see, this is different too. PS4 version. I went over here because in the PS4 version there was a pretty good little loot chest there, and it was not here on the PC. Quite disappointed on that. Alright, now here we're going to go into the... No, this ain't the cannery. This is the distillery, kinda.
You read the latest report?
Talk to Amelia here.
We ain't making our quotas.
If only
I don't know you.
She's a little bit like sarcasm. She's just a little sarcastic. People are all friendly and welcoming in this town.
We don't welcome trouble. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
It's like a broken record with these people in Edgewater as well. You'll find that out as we start meeting a lot more of them in the next episode. Me, I see a bunch of drunken slobs and one ugly bartender. I don't think I went with that one.
You really think so?
Charm.
That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Fine by that. Let's see what's
coming
on
right
tap.
up.
Oh yeah, you got merchant skills too that you can do. You get discounts depending on how you talk to people. Reputation. You have reputation against different factions in here. If your reputation's higher, the more higher discount you get. And reputation lower, you don't get no discount. Sometimes you get a shot on walking by.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
Spacer's Choice.
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man.
Well,
If you
what
want to talk
makes
to
you think
Mr.
I'm more?
Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
Ooh. Say that like it's a good thing. Something else I want to ask
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that. Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
I'm not trying to judge you, I'm just curious.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
See. Yep, you've been scrubbing dishes all your life. So you had a dream of science. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you going to pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Ask some questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
Sounds like Spacer's Choice took care of it. Been scrubbing dishes all your life.
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Byzantium, if I can remember, is on the other side of this planet Terra 2.
They did.
Unlocks
They gave me
later.
a life. Gave me a purpose.
That's
This
where you'll
is where
find
I
out about
belong.
Auntie Cleo more.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
That right? Prove it.
I think I tell her I'm the alien spirit Aether inhabiting a human body to learn about your kind. Or did I tell her about the lost cause? I think I thought. Yep.
Oof. You knocked your head in the cannery, didn't you? Injuries come out of everyone's pay. Says so right there in your contract. So, you want to tell me what your story really is?
Okay. Crazy scientist stranded on this planet. No other way out.
Sounds as if
than
you've been
broke ship.
keeping questionable company. Or spinning a tale?
She thinks I'm
You're
crazy.
right. I don't believe you. I'd advise you to keep that story unsaid. Don't want people thinking you're a loon.
And as we found out from the gravedigger, he didn't get too happy when we started talking about the hope.
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I don't know where I am. I'm not joking, my escape pod landed in the hills on top of a guy.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some 0G.
See, people don't
Anyhow,
believe you when you
whatever
tell them the
happens
truth.
outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know, people will talk.
They keep them stupid in this
Won't
town.
ever
You'll
catch
find
me
that
asking
out.
about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
That Amelia's a slave. Imagine you want to get out of town with that plague and all.
There you go with
Oh,
that
I
thinking
didn't go
again.
there.
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
And the vicar, you'll find, he's kind of like the priest of the town.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome.
No
On behalf of
drunken
the Spaces
Winslow
Choice
here.
family, let me welcome you to where am I?
You don't know where he's at. You're drunk. No, actually, I said, yeah, I'm asking myself the
Oh,
same
I
thing.
ask myself questions all the time. For example, why do we spend money on these fancy latrines when we have a perfectly good wall outside?
So he's been pissing on the wall. I think you had a little too much to drink
Oh,
there,
it's
bud.
fine. I'm only on my 3rd bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
Not really.
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the 2nd bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
Not a bad deal. Sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Alright. These are a couple one-liner people. I don't even mess with them. And this right here is about where we're going to leave it off. If you made it this far, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. But if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it or something that you didn't like, hit it in the comment. But that's going to be about it for this video. So, have a good one. Cornbread out.